they say some tragedies never end. Inside the ancient stones of Scotland's Glamis castle, a sorrowful spirit still walks. She's known as the Grey Lady, but her story began with an unimaginable horror. Edinburgh Castle, July 17, 1537. A public execution by fire. The victim, Lady Janet Douglas, a noblewoman, condemned by King James V's burning hatred, falsely accused of treason. This isn't just some dark story from a history book. For many, it's a tragedy that has never truly ended, a story that they say continues to this day inside the stone walls of a famously haunted Scottish castle. So why this brutal execution? The answer lies with King James V of Scotland. As a boy, the king was held captive for years by his own stepfather, who just so happened to be Janet's brother, Archibald Douglas. When James finally broke free, he was filled with a burning hatred for the entire Douglas clan, swearing revenge. Lady Janet was a woman of stellar character, but her last name put a target on her back. The king tried to frame her multiple times, but the charges never stuck. Still, he refused to give up. In 1537, the king made his final move. He accused Janet of treason for plotting to poison him. She was arrested and taken to Edinburgh Castle, along with her second husband and her teenage son. There was no real evidence, so the king's men tortured her servants until they gave false confessions. In desperation, her husband tried to escape the castle dungeons to get help, but tragically fell to his death on the rocks below. Alone and facing a rigged court, Janet was found guilty, a victim of a king's obsessive need to destroy her family. Janet was led to Castle Hill and burned alive. And, in a final, twisted act of cruelty, her young son was forced to watch his mother die. With Janet gone, the king immediately seized her home, Glamis Castle, and all her family's lands. Her son was also sentenced to die but was spared because of his age. Instead, he was thrown in prison and remained there until King James V himself died a few years later. Only then was the boy finally pardoned and his home returned to him. But that's not where her story ends. Denied justice in life, Lady Janet's spirit couldn't find peace. It's said she returned to the only home she'd ever truly known. For hundreds of years, visitors to Glamis Castle have reported seeing a sorrowful ghost known as the Grey Lady. Many believe this is the tormented spirit of Janet Douglas. She doesn't haunt the castle with rage, but with overwhelming sadness, often spotted in the castle's chapel as a shimmering, gray figure kneeling in prayer before vanishing. This legend is so central to the castle's identity that a seat in the chapel is always kept empty, reserved just for her. From a political target to a restless ghost, the story of Lady Janet Douglas is a chilling mix of history and folklore. She was a woman condemned not for her crimes, but for her last name. Her quiet, praying ghost is a powerful reminder of her suffering, and how some spirits never really fade away. So, what do you believe? Is the Grey Lady just a ghost story, or is the spirit of Janet Douglas still at Glamis, waiting for the justice she never received? Let us know what you think in the comments below. Like and subscribe if you want more haunting history.